there, welcome to Gaining Vision. I'm Melanie. Thanks so much for clicking. To my returning family, the Visionaries, thank you for your continuous love and support. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please feel at home. Have you had an opportunity to hit that subscribe button yet? If not, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. And please don't forget to like and share. I've mentioned before that I am really impressed by the foresight of Julius Malema. He's always been able to see things ahead of them actually happening. I don't know what it is, but he seems to have his finger on the pulse of many different things. So when I came across a video from 2022 where he was addressing a press conference after the local government elections, I was surprised at how he had so much foresight to know a year ago that this was actually coming to life. Now, today, as we speak, I want you to take a listen to what he had to say.
What is more exciting is that the ANC has gone below 50%. Someone was supposed to play a Tsonga music here so I can dance for you. I'm the happiest man because when we started this mission in 2013, we said we are going to make sure that the ANC is out of power. And we did that in 2016, and the mission is continuing. So we are extremely excited. Whether it is the EFF, whether it's the DA or any other one who reduces the ANC majority to humble them, then we're happy. Because what is the strategic objective? The strategic objective is that the ruling party of thieves and gangsters that have turned against black people must get out of power. And I said this when we formed the EFF in Marikana, that the elephant is too big, but we'll eat it bit by bit. So we are more than happy with that outcome, more than happy with the outcome of the EFF, because even when major political parties are declining, the EFF stands firm and grows. And then the EFF canvasses new grounds. And the EFF has now demonstrated to many that it is not a tribalistic organization, it's not a regionalistic organization, it's a serious national organization with a national footprint. So before you compare us with anyone, you must compare us with people who are national. And we are only three, by the way, in South Africa. It's the ANC, it's the DA, it's the EFF. None of them. IFP is in KwaZulu-Natal. And we know when it was formed, it was a cultural group. It was not a political party to concentrate on Zulu culture. So it hasn't gone beyond that, its original mission. Then you can go to any other party you so wish to go to. They are all regionalistic. So do not compare us with regional parties. We are a national party with a footprint everywhere. And when you compare the three national parties, we are the only ones who are consistently growing. None of the two are growing. And someone says, we are not growing at a pace where we want. No. We are going to take for as long as it takes to grow. We are not engaged in a popcorn revolution. We are engaged in people's revolution. So when you do that, you first have to win the heart, the souls, and the minds of your people. Because we have radical policies. We don't want people who reject the ANC and come to the EFF for a purpose of a rebound. We want them to be in total love with the EFF because they appreciate and understand its policy. But if it's a rebound, it will not have longevity. Politics is longevity. It's not excitement. So this quick arrangement that people are looking for, we are not people of quick. We're people of longevity. So we are in a revolution for a very long time. and it will take whatever it takes. The ANC was formed in 1912. 1912. It only took power in 1994. After serious decades, then people fell in love with it, who grew up with it, generation after generation. So we are building something like that, an organization that will be built ground up with a very clear, solid foundation. We must all go and work for the people. There are areas that we want to make an appeal as the EFF, which do not need political differences. The issue of drinkable water, the issue of proper sanitation, dependable electricity, taking care of all disabled people, and making sure that our people have flushing toilet. In the next 5 years, we as political parties should be signing a pact that in the next 5 years, there will not be a single household in South Africa without a flushing toilet. So that the journey to restore the dignity of our people starts now.
I love the fact that he stands firm to his thoughts and ideas, and the fact that EFF is always focused on their agenda. It's true to the word, talking about what is important to them. And like any press conference, Julius Malema is always up to answer questions from the media. Now, some of the journalists were great. They asked very straightforward questions to the point with no bias, such as the journalist that asked the question about the conflicts happening in Africa.
Thank you so much. My name is Sophie Mkwena from the SABC. I just want to look at this issue of a coalition or coalition government. When you look at the Scandinavian model, particularly in a Swedish coalition, and you also look at Belgium, but going even as far as the entire European Union, you also have Germany. For years, they have had this kind of arrangement. Are you perhaps looking at case studies in those countries so that this perhaps you can extend to South Africa, but indeed adapt to the situation in South Africa, or I can say on the continent, because the continent might have a different view on certain things?
Sophie's question, we're always ready to study different types of options. In the EFF, case studying and studying generally is not a problem, because that's what makes us to be ahead all the time.
And then lastly, as a party that has modeled itself as a Pan-Africanist party that stands for issues that are related to Africa, what's your reaction to the current situation in Ethiopia, Tigray?
An immediate African solution to that problem. We're happy with the attitude of President Kenyatta, who speaks very forthrightly and openly about the happenings in Ethiopia. And we think that press statements from AU are not enough. There should be, some form of physical, immediate intervention. And we can begin to experience long-lasting peace in the continent, because people know that if you engage in shenanigans, the continent is likely to come on you.
But then, of course, there's different biased journalists that come to the forefront that may not pose their questions in the best possible way, such as the one that asked Julius Malema about his thoughts of reflecting on how the results of the wards not electing the EFF, that they weren't prepared to have the EFF lead them. A little leading, a little biased, but let's see the difference. I encourage journalists to keep their questions firm, clear, concise, and open-ended. But let's take a listen to how Julius Malema handled both of these questions.
Gambi from Newsroom Africa. The question I'd like to pose to you has to do with your campaign going into this election, and that campaign was very clear. You wanted to win a municipality or municipalities to run them. You haven't won a single. As you introspect, is there a possibility that you're willing to accept, at least for now, that people do not want you to govern? They're happy with you sitting in opposition benches. Thanks.
That time, Koli, you think you have unleashed a very powerful question. Very powerful. You say, yeah. Don't you think that people don't want you to govern them? But it's too obvious. I agree, if they wanted us to govern them, they could have elected us. It's not a very powerful question. You are talking the things that happened. People said they don't want to be governed by the EFF. So what must I say? I must say, no, the people want us to govern them. No. It's obvious. They did not elect us. They are not ready to be led by the government of the EFF. But the EFF can lead them through a coalition. So when it is a coalition, it's not a government of the EFF. It's a coalition government.
Okay, we're going to give you one more chance and then we're closing. Go, Xoli.
Thank you very much. Claude Mgambi again from Newsroom Africa. Riding on the question that was asked a little earlier about your campaign even receiving raving reviews from people who deal with PR matters, there's no doubt that your message clearly resonated. So again, going back to my initial question, is there something about the EFF that South Africans simply do not trust? And perhaps the reason why you are not being put in government? Thank you.
Chloe, you see, the problem is that you are becoming impatient, and not necessarily you, all of you. You're becoming impatient. It's not done. It will actually be a stupid move for South Africans to just see a party and just vote for it immediately. It's not done. You are being impatient. We are building a political party which is going to be an alternative to the ANC ground up. The people of Guyana who vote for the ANC, 85%, they're not going to wake up the following day and just change their minds like that. No. The EFF will have to earn it. And the EFF is earning it. Because the EFF is doing well. If you want to invite us into politics of quickie arrangement, we don't want that. We want longevity. We want to build a party. We're not here to have popcorns. No, we're not here to have popcorns. So we're growing here a very solid revolutionary organization that finds its tractions even in the continent. So you can't just say in 8 years' time you must govern everything and take everything. No. We're doing so well. And you guys are impatient with us as if you are our members. Relax. In one of the articulations, DP, they must go and read it. When we wrote documents in 2013, we said others are going to fall on the way because it's going to take long. It's going to take long. SG, it's going to take a very long time. So that once it takes over, it stays forever. Everybody would have appreciated the sweat and the hard work they've invested in it. and therefore do not allow it to die. So we are not in business of making popcorns. We are in it to run a revolution for a very long time. We are growing up together with you, Xoli. If you look at where we were and where we are, you will appreciate that these people are going very far. Getting expelled, being told they're going to be dumped in the dustbin of history, that they are nothing, and then we form a party, but no, it won't get anything, it gets 6%. They say that is the end of it. It will end with that 6%. We go to 10% national. Then after that, they say go to conference. You are going to kill each other at the conference. We go to conference, the first one, the second one. You have nothing to say. Now you are like, hey, you are not growing, man. At a pace that you will want it. You say me. I never discussed the pace with you. Don't bring your imagination to me. Leave me alone. I know how long it will take. Look at 2024. The real stuff is going to happen in 2024. And when the real stuff happens on the ruling party in 2024, the political alignment changing in the country completely. And with it, not excluding the EFF.
What I love most about this video is how the EFF follows the lessons learned.
Goes to people during elections only. There is no constant, permanent interaction with people. So when you enter people's houses, so meaning, why are you only coming now? What was worse? It was that pandemic year, the lockdown year, where we had no activity at all. And we are a small party. We have to increase ourselves through visibility. But there was no visibility allowed because of lockdown for the whole year. Van Onselen even wrote an article and said, the EFF is dead. Corona killed the EFF. You see? So that year was very difficult, not only for EFF, but for political parties. And we had lined up a very nice program, very radical program, which was going to put us in permanent interaction with our people. So what did we learn? We must live amongst our people on a daily basis and help them.
They are taking all the lessons they learned after this election and putting into practice. They're on the ground. They're building relationships with the communities, not just for the campaigning, but also in doing the work. People are now getting to know the EFF, and of course, they're encouraging people to register to vote and to get out there and connect with people at all times. They're also bringing that energy that they spoke about and reflecting on what they did well last time and what needs to change. And they're putting it into action for the elections in 2024. This was really interesting because it did prove my point that Julius Malema does have foresight. What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Drop them in the comments below. First of all, about Julius Malema's foresight, also about the EFF staying true to who they are and focusing on what they need to do, and then, of course, about media, because you know I love talking about the journalists. What are your thoughts on that? And finally, is EFF listening to the lessons learned and taking action to what they learned from the last time around? Love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Let's have a conversation. Also, please don't forget to hit the notification button, like and share. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.